Beneath the surface of the human mind, a subtle fire begins to glow quietly. This fire, when fueled by unchecked pride, eventually consumes the peace of the soul. We stand at the edge of our own internal battle, just like great Arjuna once. The wind of emotion sweeps across the plains of our hearts with relentless cold force. In the chaos of war, even the bravest warriors can lose their inner quiet path. Listen now to the wisdom whispered by Lord Krishna on the field of sacred duty. Arjuna, the mighty archer, trembles before the massive army of his own kin and friends. He is paralyzed by the heavy weight of expected loss and deep, blinding moral confusion. Krishna stands beside him, the divine charioteer, offering light in the darkest hour of need. The Kauravas represent the force of unchecked desire that drives men toward inevitable dark ruin. Their leader, Duryodhana, allowed his greed to cloud his judgment until nothing remained but ash. Krishna teaches us the precise sequence of how a soul descends into complete, total chaos. It begins with anger, a spark that quickly transforms into a roaring, wild forest fire. This anger births delusion, a fog that hides the truth from our own seeking eyes. When the mind is clouded by delusion, we forget the higher truths we once held. Anger leads to delusion, which causes the sudden, tragic loss of our vital, deep memory. Memory sustains our identity. Without it, the light of our internal compass simply fades away. This loss of memory leads directly to the destruction of our clear, moral human discrimination. Without the ability to discern right from wrong, the human spirit wanders into deep darkness. Ultimately, this descent leads to complete destruction of both the outer world and the soul. Consider the word Krodha, the Sanskrit term for anger that burns the house from within. It is not merely an emotion, it is a force that severs our divine connection. Think of the heat it generates, a furnace that melts our rational thoughts into sludge. When the furnace burns, the clarity of the soul is the first thing that perishes. Krodha is the enemy of wisdom, a thief that steals the jewels of our experience. The path is a cycle of decay that happens in the blink of an eye. The Kauravas were blind, not because they lacked sight, but because they lacked deep discrimination. Their story remains a timeless warning to every soul walking on this fragile mortal earth. We see the same pattern in our modern lives when we lose our inner calm. A sudden word spoken in rage can shatter a bond that took years to build. We forget who we are when the red haze of anger obscures our inner vision. The memory of our values is buried under the heavy weight of our reacting ego. When discrimination fails, we act against our own true nature, causing only deep, lingering suffering. Destruction is the final fruit of a tree planted in the soil of blind rage. Krishna calls us to wake from this dream, to look beyond the immediate burning emotion. Integration requires us to observe the anger, not become the anger that we feel today. Practice the art of the pause. Breathe through the fire before it consumes your light. Let your memory be the anchor that keeps you steady in the wildest, fiercest storms. Discrimination is the sword of wisdom, sharper than any steel blade forged by human hands. Hold this sword firm, and the path ahead will always be illuminated with divine truth. The cycle of destruction is broken by the light of awareness, simple and profoundly deep. May you find the stillness that Krishna promises to all who seek the higher truth. The war within is the only war that truly matters in this life we lead. Choose the path of the wise, choose the path of calm, choose the path home. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the mastery of the mind within us.